So this is a project I've been working on at the same time as the bucket. I threw this together super quick, just to show, this is for my brother's excavator. It's a set of forks. I threw it together quick to show him what I was working on, what the final product is going to do, and he tested it, which is great. Here was the first test when we were seeing how it would work if the angle of the ears worked with the excavator. So he was able to lift a skid, keep it level, and put it in a trailer. So with that in mind, we were ready to finish this build out. Obviously I slapped this together pretty quick. I'm not super certain about the strength of this, so I cut up some gussets and stuff. So the few little gussets we're going to throw off. Right here, just reinforce everything, and then I'll be more happy releasing this for testing. We're gonna put it on the Mini X and see, how practical it is and what you can do with it. So I'm just gonna hit these gussets and plates with a quick wire brush, and then we'll get right into the welding. But nothing to it, pretty straightforward build, just sticking the pieces one at a time. And if you're watching this and you're a welder, just let me know, when you're tacking, are you a tack behind glasses, senior safety squint, or do you do all your welding tacks no matter what behind a mask? Let me know in the comments down below. Once I got everything tacked into place, I'll glove up and knuckle down in for some more continuous welding. And obviously this is kind of an awkward shape. It likes to get hung up on all these wires. Definitely something I gotta clean up. I'm a welder, not an electrician, but definitely using way too many extension cords and power blocks instead of getting stuff wired in, and maybe an extra outlet in the garage might do me good. But just maneuvering this around, throwing a clamp, because nothing worse than when you're welding under the mask and then all of a sudden your seam's falling away from you or on you, and definitely not fun to navigate. But getting into it, just hitting everywhere I can see. Get back into it. I was finding porosity, didn't know what was going on. I had new tank of gas, so I thought maybe it was bad gas or something. Couldn't figure it out. I switched contact tip, tightened the hose, messed around with the settings on the bottle. I did everything at once, and now it seems to be fine. So we'll finish up. There's not too much to this. Mustard ground. Sometimes it's tricky knowing what's going wrong with the machine. That was you do everything right, and some of the welds were turning out, and then half of them were porous. So just quick adjustments, and we're back in the game. Gap there, so I don't want to melt it away. Here I'm just showing you like 2-second clips of each different position. Obviously there's a whole lot of welding going on.
but just gonna practice some cinematography here and save you the trouble of watching.
Just gonna weld every seam I can see. Hopefully that'll give us the best, strongest build. Jeez. You know, it's good to practice on, practice. This is kind of a shop project job, not really like for a client, and it's good to get used to working on something and just welding wherever you see the seams instead of always trying to flip your project and stuff. I am really bad for just wanting everything to be in the easiest position to weld, but something like this, it's nice to get some practice and just wherever you see the seams, try and hit it in that position. You can become quite a bit quicker going like that, for sure. Doing as many passes as I can on these ears. They're 1/2 inch thick. I'm not sure if this is really adequate, but I've done quite a bit of pass, and my first original pass there's quite a bit of gap to fill, so hoping it's nice and there's some good penetration in there, but no expert, just kind of throwing as much metal at it as I can. We'll see how that gets us. So the last piece I'm going to add, one last brace. Hopefully, well, the excavator this is going on can't lift, like it's not lifting the same amount of weight as a forklift, so I think for what the machine could lift, this will be adequate. I think if I had to guess, we'd have no problem getting a couple thousand pounds on this with any real worry. But we're going to test all that. Once it's all put together, we'll throw it on the excavator, see how it behaves under load, and go from there. So I'll do a quick once over, flap this, just get it cleaned up on the BBs and stuff. Just because I haven't mentioned it yet, kind of explain what's going on here. Can you see everything? Okay. So threw this together more or less with everything I had laying around. This is 4-inch channel, and then the main frame is 3.5 and 3/16 wall, and then these ears are 1/2 inch plate. Would have loved to like really saddle this too, but I just cut the plate that I had here, so I had just enough to do it like this. And then all this bracing is 1/4 inch or 3/16 plate that I just cut on the plasma. So basically, one cross member, welded the 2 forks, and then just braced it up with the side caps, cap on top, and then these gussets at the back. So good amount of weld and metal all the way around. Pretty confident in this with all the metal we put in to for this to lift at least what the Mini X can lift without any issue. And I'll see when I had the initial shape put together. My brother did a few tests just lifting the skid, make sure all the shape works well and it's oriented well. So I'll roll some of that footage.
So right here the forks are mounted in reverse. If you notice on the ears there was lots of notching. That's because it's a reversible quick attachment, so you can put them forwards or backwards, and this way he'll be able to hold a lot more weight closer to the excavator, but works out pretty well in this setup, and it'll be pretty sweet to see it under load.
But next step is I'll send it to my brother, and he's gonna lift some heavier pallets and maybe start taking it to some job sites.
Alright, and as we're nearing the end of the video here, guys, as always, make sure you have some class. Comment down below, like this video, ask if you have any questions about this build. Make sure you subscribe, and if you want to see something new or you have any suggestions for what to do next, make sure to hit me up.
One seam that was missing some weld.